Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Wednesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so we talked about what the Bears needed to do to get back into the game, so to speak, as a real player, not just a counter-trend trade. They're trying to do that today. You can see yesterday we did engage with the upper band. So the upper band ride is now in day 11. The Bollinger bandwidth is widened out a bit. We're in the process of testing the 9-day simple moving average. We spent the entire Globex session below the 26.3258 weekly pivot, which is significant. If the Bears can keep price below 32.5, so to speak, today, that will put them in a position to try to take control of the last 2 days of the week, which tend to be the directional days. That could be a push down towards the daily mid-band. Now, the dip buyers are going to come in fiercely. They came in fiercely in a few spots yesterday. The issue becomes not, are they going to bounce it? They're going to bounce it. It's what happens with the bounce. The last two afternoons, you have seen VWAP, volume weighted average price, go resistance in the market, providing two outstanding shorts into the end of the day. I mentioned on the wrap up last night, it's the first time since December of 2015 that the SPY closed in the bottom 10% of its daily range on 2 consecutive days. So what does that tell us? That tells us for the first time in a very long time, you're starting to see some legitimate bearish follow through, at least for a couple of days. Do I think this is going to last for an extended period of time in December? No, not really. But is it a little bit of a shot across the bow saying that the return of a two-sided market into 2018 is pretty real? I think it is, and I think it's indicative of what's going to be a very nice trading year this year into next year. Two-sided markets are, they're ideal, and for people that intraday trade like our subscribers do, I mean, it's a really nice sweet spot. So now, what are we looking at today and tomorrow? So here's the hourly chart. Here's your all-time high, 65.25. You had hourly mid-band resistance. They took that down to a weekly pivot test, tested it a couple of times. They did a lower high, 48.75. If we get a really rip-roaring bear market type rally today, 48.75 might be the destination. The indication that that is possible would be losing the mid-band on the hourly chart. You can see where the mid-band here held in price at 2 o'clock and caused another big move down. So you've had these 2 o'clock fails here and here, okay? We broke down below the weekly pivot, and we stayed below the weekly pivot all night. That's big. That tends to not happen. We'll close below the weekly pivot. We'll open up a little lower. We were long 29, just in case we were going to get the big ripper, and we got a little profit, then we got stopped out. We ended up reversing, and we were short 29 the rest of the night. We got a lot of profits taken on that, and I'll wait and see if we get stopped out. We probably will into the open on the runner, but whatever. So the Bears are doing things they don't usually do. We talked yesterday morning about the air pocket on Wednesday morning. First time I'd been hit on a 5-handle disaster stop on a long trade since May 2nd. It's December the whatever. So we're seeing little signs. And that, for me, as a trader, when something like that happens, it's not a woe is me situation. We were talking about this on the subscriber webinar yesterday. It's not, what am I going to do? It's like, okay, that was weird. Why did it happen? How can we fix it? And how can we profit from it? Well, we profited from it by doing 2 massive shorts. And now we're getting more comfortable in kind of a sell rallies feel. At least, that gets to be part of the toolbox now, where it's pretty much been buy dips, maybe a couple of counter trend shorts here and there to try and see if they can get something going. The answer is usually no. Whereas now you can see the two-sidedness starting to come back to the market. So what you want to see today is hourly mid-band. Can it hold? Can we take out S1? That's our low down at 26.20. You have to keep an eye on the 9-day simple moving average over on the daily chart. And then ultimately, weekly pivot. Can we spend an entire Globex session below the weekly pivot? And if we break above, if we convert weekly and daily pivot comes into the 34 area. If we convert these two, then they're going to try to make a run Now at 42, their dream move would be to go to 48. I think that's a bridge too far. So I will be with you guys for the midday update. We will do a wrap up today. Everybody have a fantastic day. Trade them well, and I'll talk to you then. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.